Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cosplay Tea Time, a fun community of cosplayers bringing you cosplay-themed recordings where we'll talk about different fandoms, animes, holidays. We cover everything that we can, and especially the art of cosplaying, which is just talking about props, sewing, what we do in our little creative areas and rooms, and we share tips and tricks with all of that. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be discussing cosplay armor and arms. So we're going to be talking about buying, commissioning, making, all of that fun stuff with all types of different materials. So we'll get into that here in a bit. First, I want to introduce our lovely tea sipper here with me.
Hello, I am Springy, as always. Primarily you can find my stuff on Demon Interviews. It's Demon Interviews on everything. If you can't find it with the space, take out the space. Some sites are weird. You can also find me on my own personal TikTok, which I think is the Real Skeleton Man. I'm double checking because I can't remember. Yeah, no, the Skeleton Man 1123. Currently have a very, very viral video. My God, for Five Nights at Freddy's movie. But anywho, yeah, I go by he/him. I remembered that this time, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, so thank you for joining. So this will be a fun little topic. This feels like the props recording all over again. It was like just the two of us just sitting here just showing off props and stuff, so we'll make it work. Okay, so my name is Jen. I'm the founder of Cosplay Tea Time as well as today's host. I go by she, her pronouns. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at JenPureCosplays45. Mostly on TikTok these days. Trying to get back into the group with Instagram. We'll see how that goes. But I am dressed as Nora Valkyrie from the show Ruby. I'm dressed in her Atlas outfit, complete with little armor pieces I made. And I'll get into that story here in a minute. But yes, so we got intros done and out of the way with. As always, we like to start with a little icebreaker question. I just have one for the day, which is, what is one, it's hard to pick, what is one future cosplay on your list? I know you probably have tens of thousands, but just one. One upcoming.
One upcoming, which might be pushed back to next year, which is fine, is Roman Frostwick. That's one I've had in development for a little bit, which is okay. Money, man. Can I just have like a money tree? Just like somebody please plant that in my yard. I appreciate that. Take out the fake palm tree, put in the money tree. Because like it's not really a palm tree, it just looks like a palm tree. It's like somewhere in the middle. But yeah. That's the one I'm most actively working on as of right now.
It's so funny because in Animal Crossing you can take like your money and like plant it in the ground and it grows like little trees of like money that you can shake and stuff. So that's what you need. Little money to plant. Oh goodness, yes. Because cosplaying can be expensive, and we talked about that multiple times and stuff. But I will say one of my future cosplays that's in the works is actually Nora Valkyrie's Ice Queendom coat. I got everything pinned up. I'm trying to find time and motivation. It's like the three things you need: time, motivation, and money as a cosplayer. So, but yeah, trying to find the motivation to finish up the sewing, like the little glue, and then I think instead of earmuffs, I might do like a cute little hat. I found one. I did a bunch of cleaning today. Stress Gen, cleaning mode, activate. So, I'm thinking instead of earmuffs because I'm a little bit worried on how that would fit on the wig and stuff. Like, what if I did like a cute little hat? I don't know. Might play around with that. So, excited to see how it all turns out. But yes, that was our little fun icebreaker question. So I'm just going to cut into a quick little commercial break and then we'll get into today's theme. So it's been a little bit. Let's see if I got this. Spring's like, good job. Let's see. So if this is your first time joining Cosplay Tea Time, welcome. Thank you so much for, oh, kitty, Sorry, that was. Oh my gosh, with the little socks. Oh, oh, so cute. Mine's sleeping upstairs. Oh. Anywho, back to this.
Giving you
Sorry.
attention. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. All are welcome at Cosplay Tea Time, so including pets and squishmallows and everything like that. So, what are you doing?
I'm blocking his face so you don't get distracted by the
Oh,
cute.
the cuteness. No. So yes, Cosplay Tea Time. We're just community of cosplayers. We record podcasts. We get those out for folks to enjoy and watch. Of course, any and all cosplayers are welcome to join. We have a link tree down below. Just message us on our Instagram. It's a little bit easier to keep track of the messaging there. Sometimes TikTok doesn't like to show me the messages and stuff, so social media is weird sometimes. But yes, so we have a link tree down below. Make sure you follow, support Cosplay Tea Time. We'd appreciate it. Follow and support our lovely guests and tea sippers, because without them, I would just be sitting here talking. Nobody wants to hear all that. So we got lots of fun playlist out there. If you want to join, that's fine. And we just want to say too, thank you to everyone who supported us, everyone who's try not to look at your screen. It's so hard. Just want to say thank you everyone that supported and shared and commented, liked, and all that. Just want to say thank you. So, kitty. Okay, I'm done. I'm be distracted now. He's so cute.
He is such a problem. I have to like put him over here for right now. I have to.
Not a problem.
He's always a problem. Jackson. He's always a problem. Sorry.
Totally squirreled.
It's fine.
Oh goodness. Okay. So we got everything accomplished. Now we move on to the fun topic of whatever time zone it may be, all that good stuff, which is cosplay armor/arms. So we're talking about making cosplays, if we've actually made full sets of armor, pieces of armor, buying armor, buying stuff online, maybe from a seller, and as well as commissioning as well. So if you've commissioned folks and all that. So we're not going to be doing a step-by-step guide. It's not going to be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or anything like that. It's going to be more just us sharing our experiences, tips and tricks of what to look for and all that. So, and lastly too, this is just our experiences. This is just us talking about what we've come across, hopefully to help others as well. So if you have stories and insight about cosplay armor and arms, do share a comment down below. So that takes care of that. So we have a lovely list of questions, which actually Springy helped out with. I only had 3 on the list, and I'm like, I need more open-ended questions, please. So Springy did help out with the questions, so thank you. So we're going to start with the first one being with the preparation. So how do you prepare to make or buy armor, such as taking measurements, getting materials, etc.?
Decide if you're buying them or making them. But after that, it's a lot of the time it's measurements. Is the primary thing that has to change. There's another cat right here. I had to close the door because the one I had with me was a problem. He's not a problem because he's just laying.
Oh, you can't even see him.
Being a good fluff ball. Yeah, good.
Oh.
There's his head. Hi, Walter.
Walter.
But yeah, the Walter White Paws. Yeah, taking measurements is probably the most important part of it. And then if you want it to continue to stay on you, make sure you stay a similar shape as when you got it or when you made it, or else you have to get a whole new one if you change one way or another too much. If you grow taller or shorter, whatever, but yeah, that's in my personal experience, that's probably number one. With your own body, sometimes you can kind of guesstimate if you're doing it yourself, but if you're commissioning other people, you kind of have to stay on that kind of track, or else they're not going to know what to make.
Yeah, so definitely want to take measurements, see if they have a list or something. like all the different measurements, like torso, legs, arms.
Mm-hmm.
Depends, like, if you're doing like full body or even just a piece of it. So get your measurements in. So let me see. Okay, so for me, I've never made like full armor. Like, whenever I think armor, I think of like the Halo suits and everything like that, or like Star Wars, like the
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian. Like
Yeah.
those are really really cool. So that's what I think of in my mind. But in my experience, I haven't made anything cool like that. So let's see. So in 2020, I actually made these little pieces of armor, if you will, from cardboard. I'm sorry, Oliver. I tore up his Chewy box to make it. So, like some of the boxes will have like those like long pieces that you fold and stuff. So I would like measure my arm, like trying to like use a pencil to like mark it and cut it, try it on, off. And similar to making clothing in a way, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like you try it on, then you have to measure it, then you try it on, then you have to trim it. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I did make these out of cardboard and then paint and primer and stuff like that. So um, I know there's other ways you can make armor. I've used fabric. Like whenever I made Pyrrha's neck piece, I used like a shiny piece of gold fabric. I've seen some really creative stuff out there, like crocheting. Like folks will crochet like a certain piece or something like that. So there's a lot of different things. It's basically what you have time for, and what you have the expenses for. Again, it's like the three. Was it
Mm-hmm.
trifecta?
Yeah.
Yeah, trifecta. Okay, thank you, Springy. It's getting me. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So we'll have. Okay, so I'm actually gonna get into this next part, which is what is the armor making process like?
Crying from the lack of money in your wallet. Uh, because okay, so I only made one armor before. I'm also putting in quotations because it's a Springtrap suit. It's not hard at all, but it's still a similar process, I would imagine. Um, because that was the first thing I ever actually made was the full suit. First thing out the bat. Um, and I totally even forgot the question. I went off
It's
topic
okay.
for a second. Sorry.
No,
Brain
just
fart.
like what is your armor making process like? Like how long does it take? How do you get motivation to make armor?
Um, motivation like comes in and out, like any other cosplay, pretty much. But the armor making process, step by step. No, it's pretty much just when you find the time to do it. But the actual process, once you're in it, it doesn't take that long. Like my spring trap, I'm gonna say took a year, but that was like a year like on and off and not doing it for a whole month. You know what I mean? So but yeah, it's because like my spring trap is made out of like very thick foam, like sofa foam type of thing that got cut up and everything. This has also been in storage, so like it's falling apart,
Oh
and
no.
I should have put more hot glue, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's like and finding the right material as well, because as you can see, it's like one big piece and a bunch of like little pieces.
Yeah.
This is my first thing I ever made because I couldn't find the right color in the. It's also popping off a lot because this is felt. It's just felt all over it. I couldn't find the right color in like one of those bigger rolls, so I had to do it this way. So yeah, I am planning on refelting it, maybe just redoing it at some point. But motivation,
Mm. It's a rare species.
and mainly with like I haven't worn like I made this back in like the middle of like my high school years. That was like 6 years ago at
Mm.
this point. So like, or, yeah, jeez. like 4 to 6 years ago. So
Mhm.
like this probably does not fit me anymore.
Mhm.
I know the head still does and the gloves still do because my hands and my head haven't really changed that much. Thank God. The shoes definitely have, so I'm gonna get new. I have to redo those shoes, and I know that this probably doesn't fit me because like it's held together by hot glue and prayers. Uh,
To every
Pretty
cosplay ever.
much. Yeah, mainly with my other one that I'll go into when we talk more about commissions and stuff. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty much the same type of process if you're making a any other outfit for cosplay. Pretty much, it's just you gotta get it. Motivation is the killer of any cosplay, pretty much,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
lack of motivation is the killer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's so rare these days. Just like I'm trying to think. I think um whenever I started making Nora's armor pieces, 'cause this is like one of my very first cosplay projects that I did. Like I have a whole video on my YouTube channel about like making her like outfit and then the armor
Hmm.
pieces and stuff. So because I also did like the leg braces as well. And that was pretty hard because I'm very ticklish. So it's like trying to like stand still and I'm like tickling my own self and it's like, oh my gosh, so yeah, that happens. But I'm trying to think. So armor making process, basically, once you have your measurements and your tools, just have like a small area. Don't put like any other projects in that area. Just make it like a designated armor making spot, if you will.
Hmm.
And then what I did was just very small goals. Like the objective is to make the cosplay pieces, to make the armor. But what's my small goals? Okay, so like I need to measure out stuff, then cut stuff, cut the cardboard. Then it was like, okay, like, make sure it fits. Then I had to paint everything. Well, I had to do 2 coats of primer, and then I did 2 coats of the gray paint, then the details, hot glue, it's your best friend. So, yeah, so it's like, very step by step. And I think it took a couple months. I was doing my master's degree at the time while doing this, so it was kind of nice to have just like an area that, whenever I was done reading for the day or something, or like after an exam, I could just go for like a little bit and just paint or like draw stuff out. So
Hmm.
that's what I need to remind myself. It's like those good old days when you first started and it looked so fun, and now it's just like, I don't want to do anything. Like, you don't know. Second
Yeah.
kind thoughts my way. Motivation is very low. Low, low, low. But yes. And then for Pira's, I'm trying to think. Gosh, that was a long, long time ago. I don't
Hmm.
remember. I think I kept like looking up like how to make it and stuff. Like I know having the phone's helpful because I can have like Spotify, just like a nice chill music playlist to listen to. I'll have like the phone up with like the design, the character's design of the item that I want to craft, and then I'm down on the floor, hands and knees, trying to put everything together. It's a great, great thing. Cosplaying so much fun, yeah. So yeah, I would just advise like take it slow. Know your materials that you work with. I think it's where to buy like cosplay stuff. We did that back in the summer, like last season and stuff. So we talked a lot about like where to buy things. So you have that as well. So that's kind of my process. Take it slow. You got this. Keep it going.
Hmm.
Okay, so now we get into Springy's fun question, which is: have you ever commissioned for an armor piece or arms?
Yes.
Short answer.
Done. Um, yes, I have. Um, I commissioned my full Jean Arc volume. Was it for the? No, no,
7.
it's 6 to 8 or something like that, or whatever it is. The one with the weird triangle stabbing point.
It's also
Because it was like,
Atlas.
yeah. So yeah, it was like because it was almost like homemade looking armor, purified armor.
Mm.
And then the only thing that really changed was he gained another shoulder piece, and like he gained the stabbing triangle of death. And just go. I commissioned that arms, weaponry, got his sword and shield from somebody else, and then I'm currently getting the Rusted Knight done by a third person, completely different person. I'm still trying to pay him, and he's understanding. He's great. But yeah, I have commissioned people before. Yeah, and I took measurements, but then for Jean here, who has a giant plushie inside of him right now, uh, I commissioned him back in 2019. And if anybody else remembers what happened in 2019, I'm not gonna say what happened, so YouTube, but you know that a lot of people got a bit bigger during that time. I was one of them because I had a very active job, like walking around doing everything, and then I was not having a very active job anymore because I quit because I didn't feel safe in the position that I was in with everything that's going on. So when I finally got it, which was like mid to late 2020, so like I was a bit bigger. So like it fit, but it didn't fit well. And yeah, it was just a whole thing with that. I got the sword and shield from somebody else. They are great quality. I have a video of me reviewing this armor and my sword and shield over on Demon Interviews. I believe it's like episode 6 and 7, I think it is. I don't know. Go look. I'll have a picture of them on there. And yeah, oh, I totally forgot. There's other armor pieces up there I could talk about that I made. But yeah, it's for commissioning armor. The most important thing is make sure you have the funds, because some people want you to pay all at once, pay after, pay before, payments, whatever. Some people are very flexible, which I appreciate. Make sure your measurements are as accurate as you can, and make sure they are a similar measurement for a long time. Because you can go up, up and down a little bit, but like, it's or else it's not gonna fit anymore. So you spent all this money, and it's like But yeah, 100%. The most important thing is measurements for whenever you're commissioning somebody. 100%, because when I was getting Jean done, the commissioner showed me that my arm was like twice the thickness of theirs, like around. So if they didn't know that, then if that would not fit me. So like it's the whole thing, pretty much.
We got it now, so I'm like, watch next season. He has like 2 of those triangles.
If it was 2, because then I could put my chin in between them.
Yeah,
I can like have a little resting area. No, it could be like 3 or something.
I do like it. So.
And Rusted Knight's gonna have one too, because it's just a rusted version of that. Yeah. So it's like, oh great, I'm commissioning another death triangle. Great. I'm gonna ask him like, hey, can you make like this part removable, please? Thank you.
That's a smart idea. I like that.
So I don't die. But yeah, that's my spiel on that.
No, I like that. Get them custom for your comfort, custom comforts or whatever. I'm sure there's probably a brand out there somewhere. I wasn't trying to steal. I just thought it was nice to say. Anywho, let me see. Have I commissioned? I have a commission out right now. I don't think it's armor. It's for a makeup bag, so no. I have
my sword and shield.
Huh?
I can have my sword and shield, so you could count the hammer.
I was thinking the hammer. I'm like, it's not like armor, like I can't wear it, but I do have Nora's Magna-Heat. I think of that like more as like a prop and stuff, so I don't know. It's a debate. No, kidding. Debate class now. No, I don't think I've commissioned anybody for armor, just because like I am scared about like the measurements and stuff, and will it fit? Will it look right? and everything. So maybe one day, whenever I get a bit of confidence, it might just be like small pieces, like something as small as like my arms or something,
Hmm.
or like a like Yang's arm, like gauntlet thing. Maybe if I ever cosplay her one day. I want to do her volume 1 outfit though.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up that, but we're gonna jump into our next question, which is, what are some helpful websites or some helpful creators that you get like tips or feedback from?
Okay, so there is for Springtrap. I don't remember their name. Wait, I can actually look it up. Hold on. For Springtrap, I primarily the big issue was his head. I was trying to figure out, how can I do his head? I have no idea. This is the first thing I've ever actually made myself, and I know I have it in a playlist. Please me I did not delete it. I was going through and deleting playlists the other day, so I'm
Uh,
concerned.
yeah,
Um,
I need to do that.
too many about the Omnitrix. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? If I could find them, that'd be great. Okay, I can't find them. That um. Oh nope, here it is. Um, by Bree Phoenix was the one who I was kind of following for a lot of my Springtrap armor. I did not do as nearly as good as they did, but and first thing I ever made. Um, they were the one who was kind of like following tutorials from for the Springtrap. Um, another person who I get some inspiration from is the person who actually made my sword and shield, and Nora, and Nora, just calling you Nora now,
That's okay.
and Jen's lovely hammer
Mm,
of Nora's. There we
same
go.
thing.
Um, is where are you? There you go. The name's Crystal, but I'm trying to find their actual store so I can. Yeah. Is Nerds been creating their creations? Because they made this. This is cool. This is
That is
awesome.
cool. Mm.
It's not falling apart, and I've swung this thing like dangerously, and but I have to keep looking because I can't remember anybody's like
Mm.
actual thing. The person who I'm getting my Jean Arc armor or the Rusted Knight armor from
Mm.
is they sent me look okay, where is it? Okay, Dark Iron or hold on. I'm trying to find their thing. Disco's Play Designs. They are the one who's making my Rusted Knight armor. Um and they're making it for me and being very patient as well, which is something
Mm.
I very appreciate. Like
Yeah,
they are fast and they're patient with me
that's good.
because I had to be doing it in payments because
Mhm.
it's a lot more than
Mhm.
what I got for this one. Uh,
Mm.
so yeah, and it seems like everything's going well with that. And those are the primary people who I look to. And then I've taken some of the ideas from the Jean Arc Shield and incorporated them into when I was making one of my armor pieces for I believe it was my leg for Grimjean. Remembered I made him or parts of him, and primarily like just like putting a piece of foam over the connector so then you have like another thing that's pressing it down and keeping it there and all that. So yeah, those are my primary ones who I look to for stuff like that.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see. So, helpful websites. I don't know if I look up like any like websites on Google. I know I use like a lot of like Google photos of like the characters, like for Nora, Pyrrha, and stuff like that, and try to look at all the images and stuff while I'm trying to paint and create. So, But I definitely use like a lot of YouTube videos. I don't know any like specific ones. I remember when I first started cosplaying, I was looking into armor because I wanted to do Al from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I wanted to do it all out of cardboard. And then that plan fell through because I'm like, well, how am I gonna travel with it? How am I gonna go to the bathroom in it and stuff like that? Like I was like, I don't know about that. So, but yeah, definitely YouTube videos are very, very helpful. They'll show you all the little tips and tricks out there. And as far as helpful creator goes, two creators come into mind. One is I think he changed his username. I'm so sorry. No, I have to be the one.
No, yeah,
You
it's
pass
annoying.
this on to me. I think it's Oakley does everything. Yes, Oakley does everything. I met him at the start of my cosplay journey, and he did like Jean Arc's armor. And actually, the other person, Mad Props Armory, also did Jean Arc's armor, and I think also like a version of Rusted Knight as well. So I was watching like his journey and stuff like that with all that. So those are like two like helpful creators who getting started. They kind of know a little bit more about what they're doing, and they seem to enjoy it. I hope they enjoy it. You know, it's a pain and all that to make it yourself, and it takes a lot of time and patience with it. But the end result is worth it, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Like having these now just to put on and stuff and become Nora is awesome. So let's say that. Okay, I'm actually gonna jump down to the very final question. So, at least what I have on my list, of course, is what is your next armor project?
Rusted Knight. Um, that was the one I'm currently working on, or currently paying off, technically. Uh, right now I'm just saving up so that I can just be like, here is a good chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was supposed to be like only like 4 payments of 300. I've stretched that out by that. Um, so now it's like a few payments of 150, like 8 payments of 150 or something. It's the same amount. It's not. It's just I didn't have money during the summer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, there's that. That's prime. That's probably the only one I'm buying for right now. I might redo Springtrap just with what I know now and knowing that there is thinner foam I could buy than this.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, and finishing up Grimjawn too.
mm-hmm.
Those are the only three off the top of my head. I want to do a Common Rider one too. That's some armor as well. I want to do that. That's like my goal is to get a Common Rider suit. That would be really awesome. But I also don't have $10,000 to drop on one of the best known ones to get from, and I'm like, I don't have that. So we will move on. I might talk to the one who was doing my new armor and see if they will also do that at some point once I'm done with this one. Because hey, I know I'm not done paying this one, but I have another idea for you. That's rude. Oh, and the one who did make this is
Yeah.
Gravity Cosplays. That's who made these. I have to shout that out. Because that's who I didn't because since I said everybody else,
Oh.
I didn't want to forget anybody. Don't know if they still go by that or not. I'm not sure. I haven't checked in. But anywho, carrying on from that. But yeah, those are the ones I'm working on. I want to replace the jacket, probably with the official one if it's still there. Probably not. For Jean, but that's the other than 18,000 things I just said. That's it. That's it.
Let's see. So, this is next project. I don't know if I have any armor next up. think a lot of it's like cloth-based, clothing-based that I have to sew. Um, I don't think it's technically armor, but I did Young Salem's like bracers for her arms. I have those done. Again, I would love to do Al from Full Metal Alchemist whenever he was in the metal suit, like his soul was in the metal suit and stuff. Like that would be so much fun to walk around in. But I'm like, I don't want to sweat to death, so comes with a price. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. Maybe very very distant future.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Like any armor. I thought I had one in my head, but I guess not. So I don't know. Maybe it's a wait and see. Maybe you have to follow me and see what happens in the future. Ooh. Kidding. Yeah, so I'm sure something will come up and I'll be like, I want to do that. So yeah, right now it's taking care of a couple sewing things and then maybe get into the cardboard once again. So it's always fun to do.
Yep.
So that pretty much wraps up all my questions that I have for today. But as always, I like to turn over to the guest and tea sipper, see if they have questions for the tea room.
No. The only other thing I would add is that if you want to see like some of the progress for Springtrap,
Mhm.
all those pictures are on my Skeleton Man, whatever it is, on Instagram. You can find it through my TikTok, anywho. But just so I can give it out. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Skeleton Man 1123. One of the earliest pictures on there, and I don't post a bunch, so it should be pretty easy to find. Is of my. I used to also post for Demon interviews on there, so I have this. Is actually some of my progress pictures for Springtrap. One of the earliest, somewhere buried, somewhere. Um, and another thing I would say is that armor doesn't have to be just foam or just cardboard, because my gloves for Jean are made of solo cups. I have a whole cosplay armor thing for Ankh from Commander O's, where it's just solo cups and like a thin Halloween City esque Walgreens like a Halloween glove and some fake nails. So like it can be out of anything. It doesn't have to be out of those primary two things.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. So it's, whatever you have, whatever's creative, hit up your local craft store, dollar store, for like paints and paintbrushes and stuff. So it's always something. And if not, you can always use fabric. You can use, if you are extremely talented, I always have a high appreciation for crocheters, knitters, people that do the needle things. So do anything. Do anything. Believe.
Do anything and everything.
Exactly. So you got this. Was that all you had to mention
Yes. That's all I got for today.
Watch, tomorrow's gonna message me. Can you add this to the video?
Add this
No one's
one
really
thing
added.
I'm randomly recording.
Nah, you're good. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here for now. So I just want to say thank you, Springy, for joining. Thanks for the questions and helping me out. You really appreciate it. So I just want to say also too, thank you to the viewers out there for watching. Appreciate it very, very much. So nice way to sign off with the mask. Love it. Alright, so again, follow and support Cosplay Tea Time. Make sure you subscribe for some more exciting content. We'll have a question down below for you all to participate with. So until next time, we'll see you back in the tea room shortly. Hope everyone's taking care, staying safe, and keep sipping away. Bye, everyone.
Hey.